wanted to do a 2-week update and let you know, for those of you interested in what our process has been like in jumping on the LuLaRoe train, where we are. We wanted to give you some concrete data, some real numbers about what we're doing, and then also just let you know a little bit about what the experience has been like, especially if you've been thinking about getting involved or anything like that. We wanted to just provide a little bit of info before we just kind of keep getting caught up in this whirlwind, and time passes even more quickly than it already is. So we want to sit down and give you a little update.
So I think the basics, and I won't go into too much detail, I promise. We've tried this like 3 times, and I always talk too much, and I'm always like, God, what do you... So anyway, I'll try to keep it brief, but just some context of where these numbers come from, which I think context is important, because because like everybody's situation is different. So here, our situation is, I work full time, I have a long commute, and I work full time. So I'm away a lot during the week, but it's a Monday through Friday thing. I have weekends home with everybody, but yeah, Monday through Friday, out of the house. Molly has a private practice. 2 days a week she sees clients, and then 1 day a week she's in the office doing paperwork and stuff. So our little guy's in daycare 3 days a week. The other 2 days of the week, during the week, Molly's with the kiddo, just juggling life, really.
And then weekends we're all together.
Yeah. So that's like time. I only wanted to say that because I think time is a huge factor with this business. Like the amount of time you have to spend on this stuff directly translates into how well you can do financially, I think. And so it's a factor for us, so I just want to put that out there. Yeah.
So another factor is that we, some people start with like 2,000 people in their VIP group, and we started with like 100, and now we're up to like 350, and so it's small but active, and we've met some amazing people through it. So just to kind of keep that in mind in terms of our reach right now, it's relatively close. So in the 2 weeks since we started,
2 weeks,
like literally since our launch party when we sold our first piece of clothing, we have had 4 online sales. Yeah, 4 online sales. 3 planned ones and 1 shop the box. And we try to do just 1 or 2 styles per online sale. We do live sales online versus photo albums, which I think we just enjoy a lot more. It takes less overhead outside of the time spent actually doing the sale.
Just
and
setup-wise, right?
Yeah, less setup-wise, and a lot more, but there's a lot of time dedicated to the actual sale and then the correspondence about the sale. But
it's fun.
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun, and I would rather interact with people than just take a bunch of pictures by myself all day. So.
Totally. So we've done 4 of those, 4 online sales, and then we've had 3 like open house sales, kind of.
Yeah, sometimes people show up, and sometimes they're really small.
So not a lot, like that's not a lot. In the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and our total retail like gross sales so far has been about $4,000 in the last 2 weeks.
A little over, right?
A little over $4,000
in 2 weeks. Gross sales.
It's crazy.
That feels like a lot.
It's so much. I don't think we expected it to be there. I think that was basically like our target, and I think we expected maybe to make about 50% of that in the first 2 weeks. As we ramped up.
And so we're feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty good.
My God.
I think it's still nerve-wracking because, to be honest, like none of us. The other number to know is that we've spent about $10,000 on this initial inventory and setting up our space out here in our garage.
And that's all like a loan. So
it's
we're
all
like, oh God, we gotta pay it back.
Yeah.
But right now, all of our money is going into reinvesting in inventory because we want to grow it to be about probably 800 to 1,000 items. And right now we're at about 600.
Yeah.
So I think 800 to 1,000 would mean that we can carry a number of styles with enough depth in each size that there's enough variety that people enjoy it. So that's our goal. But right now we're just about 600. We have yet to introduce a few other styles. There's some that we don't have a ton in each size, and we want to make sure that shopping experience is quality for people. So that's where we want to go. So we're probably going to continue to be investing everything we've got back into the business for another month or so.
I guess 4 to 6 weeks before we can actually start paying that loan back. But the cool thing is, this week and this happened so fast. Just week 2, we realized that we don't have to take any more out of the loan. Out of the equity loan.
Like
So
there's
it's
a lot
just-
like you just have to keep pumping into it at the beginning, and it's like, oh
Yeah,
god,
we don't
I'm
have to do that anymore.
hemorrhaging money. When is this gonna
Yeah.
stop? Money
So-
that's not mine.
Right. Yeah. It's ours, kind of.
I mean,
I don't
technically it's under
Whatever.
our names, but it's the bank's.
But we don't have to do that anymore. Like everything that we're selling covers everything that we want to buy. So all the inventory growth comes straight out of sales, which is awesome. Like
Yeah.
that makes me feel really good.
Oh,
So
it's
we're not
such a
going,
relief.
yeah, we're not
Yeah.
digging ourselves deeper.
Yeah.
We're just holding steady.
But it really, really overall, we're starting to see that light at the end of the tunnel where we actually will be able to accomplish the goals that we set out to accomplish in the first place, which are pay down our immense student debt and possibly our mortgage.
Totally, man.
And
We gotta pay down the mortgage.
yeah, and goal number 1 is like make sure we have the flexibility to be with our kiddo as much as possible, because my other option was spending more time in the office, putting him in daycare more, and I just
We don't
that's
wanna do that.
heartbreaking to think about. I
Yeah.
just didn't. I know that there's so many parents out there that don't have an option around that and have to do that, and this opportunity literally fell into our lap just as we were about to make that decision, and I can't help but think that it was serendipitous.
Yeah.
You know, that
Totally.
here all of a sudden, ta-da, like here's a way
Turn
to
this
not
out.
have to do that, and it's work, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it.
You're the little guy.
It's so great. You know, Mondays and Tuesdays when I'm home and like prepping for a sale or corresponding after a sale, I'll like email a few people, write a few invoices, and then sit down and play on the floor with him for half an hour, and then do a few more invoices and check on some items and play with him on the floor for half an hour, because that's what we do when he's 16 months old. If anybody's interested in this process or has been thinking about it and you have questions, feel free to contact us. One of the things we haven't put a lot of energy towards yet is team building, because we've just been so concentrated on the retail side of things. But we are interested eventually in what it might be like to sponsor other people who are interested in it, and we're learning so much about the process that I think it would be really fun to like band with some more people and get together and run a team together and, you know, make it all work for each other. Our sponsor and her upline have been instrumental in us doing as well as we've done, and we really totally want to pay it forward to anybody else who's interested. So feel free to contact us. Get in touch via email or via our Facebook group if you're interested in what this process is like and you've been thinking about it for yourself. Or if you just have any other questions, because I'm happy to answer those too. Thanks again for joining us. Get in touch if you have any questions, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.